Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Salem117 or 117, whatever you want to be to call, whatever you want me to be called. And in this video, I want to do a more positive video, but unfortunately, of course, we live in a world where people accept negativity, yada yada, and it's kind of crazy, but I really want to do more positive videos, and this time I wanted to do a video where, showcase some of my older concept art that I did like a year ago, but I didn't share on YouTube or any. Well, I shared it in some places, but at the same time I didn't share on YouTube because when I try to draw from my imagination, it doesn't look very good. So, and of course I know my hair is kind of messed up because we're living a pandemic. I barely can go to the barber, and also there are problems with the fact that I can't sleep at all, and yeah, it's kind of really frustrating because the world is shit, especially in 2020, but whatever. But anyways, I wanted to show you some concept art that I did, and I will show you each individual picture of the different art styles, whatever I try to do. Of course, there's some. I wanted to say a few things. One, the drawings I did are not colored, unfortunately, because like I said, I'm still practicing how to draw better from my imagination, and my art, especially when I try to draw from my memory or from my imagination, it doesn't look very good. Another reason is that some of the art also will not be 100% finished because I kind of give up on that drawing or whatever because I am really bad at drawing action poses and stuff like that, or finishing drawing better character models or whatever. So yeah. Oh boy, probably should have brought water with me. I'll be right back, but I will go downstairs to get some bottle of water and bring it up upstairs, and then we will begin talking about concept art. Hello again, I'm back, and let's begin. The first art I wanted to showcase is this one. Now this one is a little bit kind of iffy or jiffy or whatever. Basically, in this art, I try to do a really cool action pose where my main character actually is fighting off criminals that use actual guns. I try to draw an action pose where the character jumps down, pulls out his sword, and basically tries to kick ass. And it kind of looks okay at best, but like I said, I'm not really good with action poses, like especially with the legs. Like look at it, with arms and legs, like. It kind of looks ridiculous, but also a little bit badass as well. Like I said, I'm not very good with drawing from my imagination, but still, look at this part with the guy who holds a shotgun. Like his arms are like Mr. Fantastics or something like that. Because, like I said, I'm not very good with drawing poses and stuff like that, so it's kind of really difficult to draw a guy holding a shotgun. But with pistols, with one guy using a pistol, at this part I tried to draw smoke coming out from a pistol and a bullet, and the other one, a guy in the middle who holds an SMG or an Uzi, basically a machine gun, and I tried to draw like a rapid fire through the machine gun basically, and this one shoots a shotgun blast. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not very good at drawing poses or weapons or something like that because, like I said, it's really difficult. Some people might ask, what this is something I just kind of draw. I tried to draw eyes, but I kind of gave up and tried to draw action poses and stuff like that because, like I said, I really love action cartoons, and I wanted to draw something that looks kind of cool at the same time. It doesn't, fall back from being very serious as well. Like I said, I'm trying my best to draw these, my main action cartoon series the best way I can. I want to draw something that, as an example, if I do end up meeting people that can help me out, I can work with, can help me out, create stuff like this that looks a lot better than I officially, imagine or something like that, or how I officially, draw, then you know, that will be really great, because I really am a fan of action cartoons, and the fact that we barely have action-oriented shows is kind of saddening. Okay, another part. Let's see. Here is another picture. Now, in this picture, it's not really finished. I tried to draw a character, you know, hanging from or swinging from a street lamp, basically. There it is, the guy, you know, holding on to the street lamp with one of his hands. I actually wanted to try to draw a pose where the guy was hanging with one hand, you know, from a pole, you know, from a street lamp, and my main character uses the other hand, you know, to shoot fire projectiles or something like that. It's kind of hard to describe it. Like I said, this art, like I said, there will be unfinished artwork in this, but I would just want to give you an example. I was really inspired by Ultimate Spider-Man, basically, and I wanted to draw a very cool pose where the guy just like uses both of his arms, you know, to swing, you know, to launch himself in the air, kind of like Spider-Man does sometimes. But still, like I said, it's still unfinished. The street lamp is not really super finished. It doesn't look very good, but you know, I try my best to draw as best as I can. What else? Oh yeah, this. Oh boy, this is actually one of my main villains I tried to draw, but it looks fucking stupid and ridiculous. Basically, I tried to draw a villain called the Electric Devil. I tried to draw a pose, kind of like similar to how Ratchet uses his pose when he, you know, uses his wrench or something like that, but that backfired completely. Basically, I was really inspired by Devil Kazuya design, and I wanted to draw a similar villain like him, only as a teenager, and give him like street clothes or something like that, like shorts, black you know, jacket or something like that. Give him abs as well, like something like that. Basically, this was supposed to be the main character's rival, but I never finished the drawing because, you know, look at that. It looks really ridiculous. The guy looks way too fat or something like that. I don't know. I'm not saying the legs look a little bit awkward as well, because when it comes to creature designs, it's really hard to, you know, pull off. Basically, like for example, why the arm looks like that, you know, his right arm. It's because I wanted to draw the main character, you know, morphing his hand into like a blade or something, and like a bone structured blade or something like that. Basically, give him like a unique, you know, design for him, like giving like a sense of, you know, urgency or danger. But then my main character fights him off. But still, I don't know, it looks kind of stupid. I probably should have drawn better, but I drew this when I was bored, or when I tried to draw a villain, or when I tried to draw something different besides my main character, but you know, that backfired miserably. Oof, my head hurts. Wow, boy. No, this one is really unfinished. This one is basically a concept art I tried to do. As you guys can see from the title at the picture, it's called Epic Sky Battle. If you guys can see it. Basically, I wanted to do a really cool sky battle between my main character, you know, Dragon Warrior, who's at the bottom, and his, you know, arch enemy or rival or whatever, the Electric Knight, which is a completely different, you know, character and villain. And I'm not the most creative with names, so I apologize if some of the names sound really stupid. Basically, the show is called Dragon Warrior, the animated series, and at this point, my main character, you know, the character Dragon Warrior, at the bottom has unlocked his dragon wings, but I unfortunately stopped drawing that because I'm really bad at drawing dragon wings. I really need some practice, like Jesus Christ. and with his new ability, unlocking dragon wings, he can actually, you know, go fighting off the villain Electric Knight, who's like an electric jetpack or something like that. Basically a sky battle, and that I thought that would be pretty cool. Basically a fight between dragon and a knight, but more about like the dragon being the good guy and the knight uses his powers for selfish reasons. So yeah, I wanted to do a kind of like a scenario like that, but more opposite, which I thought would be pretty cool. Some people call it the cliche or something like that, but you know what? So screw you. Sometimes cliches work, sometimes they do not. But I just want to be more creative, and I wanted to be more open with my art. Basically, be more, like I said, be more creative, because I wanted to create something that people could enjoy, no matter what age they are, if it's kids or not. Now this art is, oh boy, where do I even begin with this one? Basically, I was really inspired by Stan Lee, talk about, about when the characters first start off, they don't have these iconic costumes or something like that, so they start off with their, regular clothes or street clothes. So I wanted to give my main character like a gray hoodie, and and his hair or something like that covers his eyes. Like if you guys could take a closer look, you can see one of his eyes are, left eye is glowing blue, and he has like these blue markings. This is what I wanted to do when I wanted to showcase the fact that the kind of mystery type of element of the powers, and kind of giving the character, mystical abilities or something like that. Give him like the mysterious type of style of show. And it's hard for me to explain. Basically, I wanted to give him like, these kind of scars, but when he wears these iconic costumes, he doesn't show them, because it will be really pain in the ass to actually animate all the time. But the character uses his, markings on his face or something like that. But they look really kind of awkward. I wanted to be more stylish with the markings, but at the same time, I tried the best way I could to make them look good. I wanted to actually color the whole face black, so you could not see his face, to give him like the, when he wears a hoodie, his face is kind of hidden as well. I kind of like this as well, because I could actually put more effort into this. Like for example, look at this. When my main character, puts his hand in his hoodie pocket, you can see markings at the main character's fingers or something like that. And I wanted to give him more like an edgy kind of look as well, kind of like I said, I wanted to make a more serious, action-oriented show, kind of like Batman Beyond meets Samurai Jack or something like that. And I wanted to be more creative with this whole, superhero kind of thing, because I feel like there are less superheroes who keep their identities a secret, more about heroes who always joke around and stuff like that these days. And I wanted to be more, original with the whole idea. Not original, and you know what I mean. Basically, I wanted to be more creative with my art, with my characters, with my storytelling and stuff like that. Another part is my main character, basically, when he faces backwards. It kind of looks weird, especially with his nose. He looks kind of like a bird in some way, and his neck is way too tall. Like I said, well, I want to make my main character look like a teenager, but at the same time, it doesn't work out as well as you think. Like, I wanted to do... The reason why I drew this is because I wanted to make an intro sequence, an animated intro sequence, kind of like an ad, a theme song or something like that. And in the end, the character pulls off his sword and puts it on his back, and he looks back at you, like giving you this look like, are you ready for this epic adventure or something like that. Like, I wanted to give more a visual storytelling in the intro as well. And then also I drew him like a man butt or something like that. Some people might get offended by this stuff like that, something like that, because he wears jeans as well, so it's kind of hard to not to, you know, hide your butt when you wear jeans. Okay, stupid joke, I know. But still, I wanted to be more creative with the stuff, and it's kind of really difficult, you know, to be more creative with the stuff, because creativity sometimes, especially nowadays, feels like a dying medium, and I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to be more creative with my imagination, with my storytelling, with my action-oriented show. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not very good, as you can see, I'm not very good at drawing from my imagination. Like I said, his face, especially his nose, looks like a bird nose, and his neck is way too tall or skinny or something like that, and that's not the point I try to make. I want to make him tall, but I want to also make him look like a teenager, and which is a really difficult to do, kind of like Spider-Man or Danny Phantom kind of deal. But yeah. Now this is another unfinished drawing. I wanted to create my main character, you know, jumping off from a building or something like that, and, you know, punching somebody in the face. Like, I drew a fist, but as you guys can see, I tried to smear it off because how bad it looks like. Look at that hand, man. It looks way too buff. Like he was on steroids or something like that. And like I said, I don't want to make him like super strong or, you know, super skinny. I want to make him like kind of like in the middle type of character. And it's kind of like I said, drawing hands is the most difficult part when you try to draw characters. And I don't want to be very inconsistent with character models, like, for example, Steven Universe or the Netflix She-Ra does when it comes to inconsistencies. Fuck, I need to take a break a little bit. But still, like I said, his sword is like, as you guys can see. Oh my god, my stupid nose is getting closed off. Fuck. But you know, with this character, like I said, I don't want to make the character look inconsistent. I kind of fucked up drawing his hand. I tried to draw a fist, like a long hand, like a fist. Like I wanted to draw him like he punches somebody, but that turned out really badly. So I'm not proud how this turned out. Like I said, I don't want to be inconsistent compared to, you know, Steven Universe or Netflix She-Ra when it comes to animation models or character models. Now this one is like a regular pose, like the character looks at the rooftop, he holds a sword and looks at the city and thinking about what to do or something like that. I wanted to give like a special pose, like a character faces off somebody, and I tried to make it look cool as possible. Like I said, I don't know if this is what I meant to making my character more skinny looking. I think it does, because I hit his other hand, you know, holding his sword, and with the sword I wanted to give him a more unique look to it, basically. So I might color this later, but I do like how this turned out for me, because it looks actually really good, well, in some ways than others. This one, oh boy, this part, this is the first time I actually tried to draw backgrounds, and this is based off of a store from my city that has like huge glass windows and also huge pillars, you know, standing in front of those, you know, next to these windows, you know, to hold the place down. And you know, I wanted to draw a sidewalk where people walk by the store, and I tried to do, this is the first time I actually tried to draw backgrounds, but I don't know if that turned out so well, because it looks more like water is dripping down from the next to the pillars, rather than it looks like there are windows. But you know, this is the first time I tried to draw backgrounds, so I apologize if it doesn't look as well as you think. Oh boy, this art. I'm really ashamed. I'm really kind of ashamed how this turned out. This is the part where I actually really tried to draw my main character looking like he's completely battle damaged, like kind of like an anime where a character goes into these huge fights and he like all his clothes are kind of ripped off, blood coming out from his legs or something like that. He like look at the bottom, he's missing a shoe, one of his shoes, his pants are kind of ripped off, blood coming out in some places than others. Blood dripping down in the background, and I don't like this mostly because, you know, I like how I drew the face, but like I said, it could look better when it was colored. But drawing blood is one thing, but the way I drew him holding down the sword, my god, that looks so stupid. Like, it looks like Thundercats roar bad. This is at the time when I was like super tired when I drew this. Like, I tried to draw a sword, like him holding down the sword on the handle of the sword, but instead I drew him holding down the, you know, the middle of the sword where the sharp place is. And it kind of looks really awkward and stupid. Like I said, I kind of fucked up. It was my fault. I actually admit it, and like I said, I tried to improve. Like I said, I'm still practicing drawing from my imagination, but I like how I drew his face. Like, his mask is half ripped off. He looks like really dead inside. He looks very serious. Like, holy shit. Like, he looks like really tired and beat up. Like, that is the image I tried to make with the character. Like, he doesn't give a shit. I wanted to give like a message with the character, like more of a depressing state of the show, where the main character feels like his life doesn't matter. Like, the guy who's behind the mask, that person's life, that doesn't matter. He's like, his motto is like, I don't care if I live or die. And I'm gonna keep on doing the best I can. If I don't get if I don't get any recognition or anything, because in the story, I wanted to make a story with the character where he doesn't fully know what he wants to do. Him becoming a vigilante is basically him doing the right thing, but what he wants to do, you know, in real life, like getting a job or earning money or something like that, he doesn't know what his true purpose is, and he wonders if fighting is all he's good for. But you know, that's a story for another time. So yeah, last picture is weapons. Actually, this is the part where I actually tried to draw different kinds of weapons. Ball staff kind of looks awkward. The characters, you know, the chains kind of look weird from one of the villains and stuff like that. And I tried to draw a futuristic gun, but that didn't turn out so well as I thought. But, you know, drawing weapons is kind of like a cool idea, because I wanted to, look at my main character's weapon, I wanted to be more creative with the weapons, and I wanted to create my main character's weapon more unique as possible. And there's another villain weapon that has like double blades and other sides in the middle. He can hold the weapon and use it like a, you know, like a cool, like I wanted to create like a cool action scene, sword fights as well with the characters. Like, I really want to be more creative, but like I said, when I try to draw from my imagination, it doesn't look as good as I thought it does. But, you know, like I said, I try my best to do as best as I can, and I still am trying to ponder how with the direction my show goes. Like I said, I want to show action-oriented shows toward children, but also at the same time, I don't want to talk down to them. I want to create something that you know, both kids and adults can enjoy watching together. But you know, we live in a politically correct world, so I don't know how that will turn out. But yeah, this is my concept art video. I hope you guys enjoyed that, because like I said, I really wanted to create an action-oriented series, but I don't know if I will be able to make that dream come true, because the problem is the problem is that people really nowadays, a lot of people look down on animation, and that kind of sucks, honestly. Like, I know Japan does it like the anime style, everyone is like a weeb or something like that, but I'm not the biggest anime fan. I grew up more with Western animated shows like Batman Beyond, Rocko's Modern Life, Animaniacs, Avatar The Last Airbender, which is kind of anime inspired, Teen Titans also anime inspired, and yada yada. And I grew up with more shows like that, especially from Cartoon Network, rather than watching anime. I did not get the chance to watch Toonami or anything like that, so I kind of missed out on a lot of animes growing up, like Full Metal Alchemist, Cowboy Bebop, Inuyasha, so many others. So I do apologize if I missed out on a lot of shows during my childhood, especially when it comes to anime. But yeah, but I want to create a Western anime show that doesn't talk down towards the general audience. But nowadays it's like, I don't know how we'll be able to pull this off, because I don't want to make my main character gay. I don't want to put political agendas in the show, because I want to create a show that has a really good story, really relatable main characters, and actually give bad guys that feel like actual bad guys. Because nowadays everything is like every bad guy must be redeemed because they're so innocent. Like, no, I want to make really unredeemable, bad guys. Like, I want to give some bad guys some, purpose or backstory as well, but at the same time, when the character has this ability, he could remove those magical abilities that characters have or something like that. They will be put in jail, and there's no coming back from that, because if you do bad stuff, you're getting your ass into jail. But that's how I see it. People are different, but still. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I apologize if my art looks bad and yeah, whatever, but like I said, I'm not very good with drawing from my imagination, so, but I hope you enjoyed my explanation and how I drew this, how I drew these characters and whatever, about my concept art or whatever. But you know what, whatever, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys later or whatever, and this, this is Salmon17 signing off.